Enjoying the warm breeze?
In truth, Brom misses the Freljord's cold embrace.
A cold embrace? That does not sound appealing.
The Freljord is a harsh land, but survival has a way of bringing people together. Telling stories by the fire, hunting Elnuk by moonlight. And the Buru? What brings you together?
The mother serpent, the sea. We serve the goddess, and she blesses us with an endless harvest. Many of her blessings are quite delicious.
Ah, nothing brings people together like a delicious meal. In the Freljord, a mighty warrior named Olaf once felled a great frost serpent and made it into a stew. It fed his whole village for months.
Now you've made me hungry.
Then follow Brom's stomach. Let us see what we find.
Yasuo, sit with me a moment.
If you insist.
I wish to know you. It is better to fight among friends than strangers.
I'd say both have their disadvantages.
I know what brought you here, but what of your life in Ionia?
What's there to tell? I've always been a drifter. I go where the wind takes me. I'd tell you more, but talking makes me thirsty.
You like your drink. This much I know.
It helps me tolerate other people.
Even me.
Let's find out.
Then let's drink to new friends.
And stubborn strangers.
Good evening, Yasuo. I see you've helped yourself to a drink. Or several.
A couple more and I won't even know you're here.
What is troubling you, brother?
I'm no one's brother. Not anymore.
Oh. What do you mean?
I had a brother once. His name was Yone.
What happened to him?
I killed him. Any other topics you'd like to discuss?
Brom does not know what to say.
Oh, there's a first.
Brom will go.
You can stay if you sit quietly.
Really?
Sure. Just no more questions.
What about stories?
Brom.
Okay. Ah, Yasuo. Come, friend. Sit with me.
If you insist.
Of course I do. I never take no for an answer.
Right. So, how did you come to fight with only a shield? Why not a weapon to go with it? A finely honed blade or a mace?
Well, it began in the Forge of Orn.
Here we go.
Brom once punched through the heart of a mountain into a locked vault, with fists alone, and pried a mighty vault door off its hinges all the way out. It was all to save a trapped troll boy from certain death. Since that day, Brom always carries it as a shield into battle, a symbol of protection.
That story was shorter than I expected.
And all of it true.
I'm sure it is. Why don't more of your people live in Bilgewater, Priestess? Doesn't the island belong to them?
Unfortunately, most Buru hold tradition in close regard. They see Bilgewater as a city of Pelangi, outsiders. The goddess Nagakaboros teaches us to embrace desire. I find Bilgewater to be a city of desires.
You would be forgiven to see otherwise.
People come to Bilgewater to follow their own path, to move as they see fit. In that, I see truth. The only true evil is stagnation, when life and movement are held back. It is why I must push back the black mist.
Whether the people you defend are good or evil?
The Mother Serpent judges. I defend. And you? What do you fight for?
It seems to change day by day. For now, this will do.
Another vision?
No, just meditation. As Truthbearer, I am deeply connected to Nagakaboros. Her will is my will, and I embrace the motion of my destiny. But my duties can be overwhelming. Sometimes a moment's rest is all I need.
Then perhaps a story is in order. Has Brom told you of the time he battled the fire-breathing drake deep below the Winterspike Mountains? Its fire poured through the frost, carving great rivers in the ice.
Do you have a story for every occasion?
What can I say? Brom has had many adventures.
Go on then. I'm listening.
It happened during the year-long blizzard. Brom had just diverted an avalanche away from a small fishing village.
Going to have a proper government building here.
You remind me of a great warrior queen from the Freljord, Captain Fortune.
Oh, really? Can she also shoot a bottle from 100 yards?
She probably could.
You should rest.
You are right, Illaoi. Brom will try harder.
You don't seem yourself. You worry.
Yes, for my people.
You are doing all that you can for them. I know you will succeed. Now ease your mind. Perhaps with a story.
Let's see. Well, the nighttime, it makes me recall stories of... the Voice Eater. A legendary beast that eats people alive, crying out their final words in their own voice. It is said many in the Freljord have vanished in the dark of the night, chasing after the voices of those they've lost. That is why we have a saying, do not answer the voices in the dark.
That is terrifying.
Well, it is just a story. But you're right. Brom feels much better now. Good night, Illaoi.
So what's your story, big guy? You don't seem to be from around here.
No, Brom hails from the Freljord, a distant land of mountains and snow.
And you walk around with no shirt on?
Brom is iceborn. I do not feel the cold.
I've lived on this island my whole life. Never given much thought to what else was out there.
You must visit the Freljord. Meet our fierce warriors, slay a few trolls. And most importantly, you must try our Druvask stew.
Druvask stew? I'll bet it's as good as it sounds.
All this talk of the Freljord makes Brom long to return. But not until my quest is complete.
I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. And who knows? Maybe one day I'll finally see the Freljord.
And warm your belly with Druvask stew, eh?
No promises.
What is that delightful aroma?
Just cooking up a little something.
The smell is so spicy, so savory. You must teach this to me.
Sorry, big guy. Old family secret. One of the few things I have left from my mother.
It is special, this love you have for her. You honor her memory.
Yeah, well, she was a special woman. Now let's see if I've done her recipe justice.
This is incredible!
As good as your Druvask stew?
Better.
Well, maybe when all this is over, I'll let you take my recipe back to the Freljord. If I'd trust anyone with it, it's you.
Thank you, Captain. This warms Brom's heart. And his belly.
Sharpening your blades.
A habit. The flesh is too weak to dull them, but it brings me peace. Besides, a cleaner death is my way of showing mercy.
I suppose it is.
The test. You wonder how I survived.
I do. What did you feel? Did the Mother Serpent speak to you?
I heard... a voice I have not heard before. It clashed with those I have. Blood and smoke, liquid black. Myself with a burden. A different one.
And you calling for you. That could explain...
Temporary. Like most living things.
I am curious to see if you are right.
I don't really care if I am.
Don't tell me you actually sleep with your eyes open.
I don't sleep.
Oh, well, that makes two of us.
You are haunted. You want revenge so badly. I can taste it.
Hey, I've got a list too. But mine only has one name on it. Gangplank. When I've killed him, then I'll see about getting some sleep.
The deep calls for his blood.
Who would have thought you and me would ever have something in common? But, Pike, I need to be the one to do it. Or we can take turns?
I've never shared a kill. Maybe just this once.
Has Bilgewater always been your home?
What it was before doesn't matter. Now it's just my hunting ground.
The city is full of killers, but it's your name on every sailor's lips. You do not simply hunt, you bring terror.
There is power in fear.
In that we agree. But you limit yourself. I believe there is more to you. A higher purpose.
What purpose?
That is for you to discover. You only see blood in the water because you've been swimming in place, blind to the vast open sea just beyond.
There is nothing for me beyond. There is only the deep.
Pike.
No more words. I wish to be alone.
I'm sure you did what you had to do.
I'm sorry, what?
Your brother. You've proven thus far that you are not someone to take life in vain.
I appreciate your optimism, but I don't think you know me well enough to say that for certain. What makes you so sure?
The winds, as you say, they blow many directions. Sometimes they are dark, cold. Sometimes they are warm and easy. We either move with them or twist in them.
Apparently, I talk too much.
Perhaps it was your test, and you survived. With a purpose.
I do have a purpose. Proving my innocence is less important to me than serving justice. At least in this matter.
I believe you.
Just a few more people left to convince then. Captain, you're up late.
There's work to be done. My schemes won't hatch themselves.
What happened in Bilgewater? It's hard to lose people. I know you're doing all you can. Your loyalty to the city is admirable.
Thanks. I wish others shared your view of things. Hey, I'm always looking for capable soldiers for my crew. And you? You're more than capable. You would do well for yourself. And for me.
I'm flattered, but I know what I have to do next. And for that, I need to leave Bilgewater.
Sorry to hear it. I hope you'll find your way back before long.
Good night, Sarah.
Yasuo, I can come back if you wish to be alone.
I don't mind the company. Unless it's Braum.
He is spirited.
And you're polite. Ari, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What is it?
Back in Bilgewater, why did you leave without me? I vowed to protect you.
I was afraid that staying with me would put you in danger.
It comes with the territory.
Not danger from our enemies. From me.
I'm not afraid of you.
I know. That's why I had to leave.
Ari.
Good night, Yasuo.
Little Fox, can Braum do anything for you?
Thank you, Braum, but I'm fine. I've grown accustomed to sleeping in caves, and without company.
My friend, beds are too small for Braum. I too prefer the expansive cradle of the wilderness.
The night Yasuo and I arrived in Bilgewater was the first night I've slept in a bed since I can remember.
He cares for you a great deal, you know. When I met Yasuo, finding you was all he spoke of. It's why he came to the Shadow Isles. But let's keep that between us.
I don't know what to say.
Then say nothing. Just know you are among friends. Rest now, little fox. And remember, we are stronger together.
Thank you, Braum. I am glad to call you my friend.
Do you not sleep, Ari?
I try, but around others, it's difficult. Better to stay awake, in control.
You have proven you are worthy of our trust. We have no reason to fear you.
I wish that were true. I came here searching for answers, but it seems the more I seek, the less I know myself.
I too struggle to find truth. But our destiny awaits us. When we embrace motion, every step brings us closer to it. When we stop, we become frozen in place. Then, we are lost.
I have been lost for so long. I wonder what my life could have been. What destinies have already passed me by.
All were paths leading to where you are now. Here with us, where you must be. Our destinies are entwined.
I believe you are right. Thank you for helping me along my path.
You fight well, brother. The Freljord could use a skilled blade such as yourself.
You really know how to wear down an opponent, huh?
When it comes to friendship, Braum will not take no for an answer.
Don't take it personal. I've spent a long time on my own. Haven't had much use for anyone, let alone friends.
No man should be alone. Our homes, our families give us strength. When I fight, all of the Freljord is with me.
Sounds nice. But I've got no home. They drove me out after what I did.
Then build a new home, among new friends. You don't have to be alone.
It suits me. Maybe you should try it.
No, my friend. You see...
Starting right now.
Very well. We can be alone together. Pike, you don't sleep.
The sound of the deep never quiets.
Perhaps you'd like to hear a tale. Yasuo seems to enjoy them.
The sea tells many stories. Countless fools who've lost everything to the deep.
Oh, Brom knows firsthand the dangers of the sea. I was nearly drowned recently. Not to mention all the sea monsters.
There is balance. Man's domain is the land. Only darkness and teeth await in the open water. And worse, for those on my list.
You speak of the least often. What is it?
The list. The names of those who will be brought to the blade. The guilty.
Then Brom is glad not to be on it.
You couldn't be. You're a fool. But you're honorable.
Oh, how kind of you to say.
Rom, I overheard you talking to Alawi about the Freljord.
Brom's voice carries. Forgive me.
It's obvious how fond you are of your homeland. Like you, I'd do anything to protect my home, flawed as it is.
We must, no matter the cost.
It takes a lot to impress me, but I have to say, I'm glad you're with us. You're strong, but it's your heart that steals the show.
Don't forget my mustache.
How could I? Listen, after all this is settled, my city will do whatever it can to support the Freljord. If we've got any medicine or supplies you need, they're yours. No strings attached.
Thank you, Captain.
Come on now. You can call me Sarah.
And you may call me Brom.
Sometimes I wonder why I even try.
Heading out?
Sorry if I disturbed you.
I've caught you sneaking off a few times now. It won't be long before the others notice.
I hunt to satisfy my urges, or I risk losing control.
And you're sure you need to do this alone?
I appreciate your concern, but I've survived on my own for several of your lifetimes.
It's easy to forget. You don't look your age.
Get some rest. I'll return soon.
Right. Happy hunting.
There is magic in the Freljord.
Yes, everywhere you look. And it is home to many fantastic beasts. From the tiniest burrow to great frost serpents that stretch beyond the horizon.
I'm embarrassed to admit that when we first met, I thought you might be a troll.
Understandable. Brom is big, but trolls are bigger. And much uglier.
What about Vastaya? Are there anywhere you're from?
I believe there must be. I recall stories, but Brom has never met another little fox. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I have never met an Iceborn.
Ah, you know of the Iceborn?
Only what little I've read in books.
Books? These things you must see with your own eyes. Someday, Brom will show you.
I would like that. Someday.
Masked one, what troubles you so?
The undying compulsion to kill. Same as everyone else.
Very interesting. Brom will protect those who cannot protect themselves.
I guess we're like two sides of a coin then. And the world needs coin.
A wonderful perspective. We should spar sometime. Brom needs more practice fighting small enemies.
Right now works for me.
No, the offer is appreciated, but it is late. Perhaps once our journey is complete, eh? Rest well, friend.
That's a strange one.
So, you steal people's memories?
Something like that.
I have a few I wouldn't mind being rid of.
I can't fully control it. It would likely kill you.
Well, that's no fun.
Not usually.
Even so, I would kill to have your power. All I've got to rely on is reading people's eyes. And good old-fashioned intimidation.
It could not have been easy. One woman seizing control of Bilgewater as you have.
I don't have to tell you this, but looks can only get you so far. Sooner or later, you gotta kick some teeth in.
Agreed.
I'm glad we can help each other in that regard.
Me too.
The Blood Harbor Ripper on my crew. Fate must have a sense of humor. So how many captains have you killed?
A lot.
They put up much of a fight?
A few.
Any regret?
None. Yet.
Poetic. I'd swear that's a veiled compliment.
You didn't ask me if I enjoy it.
Do you?
Yes.
All right, Pike. Our day may come, but today is not that day. Instead, how about a drink?
You're serious.
A toast to the strange fate that awaits us all at the bottom of the sea.
I'll drink to that, Captain.
The darkness radiates from you. There is a sadness, fueled by anger. Do you see an end to it?
Are you always this blunt with strangers?
Only those I can read. Those I understand.
You and I. What use is there in looking to an end?
I am neither mortal nor immortal, and while I think about the past, the future, I am always intrigued by the thought of my final moment. You are not?
I look 1 foot past the edge of my blade, and no further. That is the only future I consider.
No. You see more. Captain?
You're not as discreet as you think. I know about your nightly hunts.
Sometimes I struggle to keep my instincts in check. If you fear I'm a danger to the group,
No, nothing like that. You've managed to balance incredible power with restraint. More than I can say for most. But watching you cut loose, well, I'm just glad you're on our side.
It's an honor to fight alongside you all. Until this is over, I will treat your cause and your enemies as my own.
That's music to my ears.
Pike, I have wondered. What has led you to hunt as you do?
I don't speak of the living man I once was.
To see the path forward, we must sometimes look back.
I don't seek anything. I simply am.
Then what's the harm in discussing it?
I had a talent for butchering jawfish.
A dangerous task. One few can survive.
But I could, until my crew cut my line, left me to die in a beast's belly. I was spared and given new strength, but at a cost, an obligation to drown my betrayers and their kind in their own blood.
Then your vengeance is not indiscriminate.
There is no purpose or need to question it.
The man you were before, would he have?
I'd suggest you ask him, but he's dead.
Yes, perhaps he is.
Ari, you search for answers. What can you remember of your life before?
I have many memories, many lives within me. My own is the life that I wish to leave furthest behind. There is a haze, but I remember a man I loved. He was a painter. He could find beauty in all things. In me.
I see.
Yes, we were happy for a time, but then...
I can guess.
It was a long time ago. I've never forgiven myself, but isolating myself from the world has done nothing to dull the pain.
When we hurt the ones we love, even when we have no choice, it can be a difficult thing to outrun.
You remind me of him.
An artist who paints with a blade.
One that makes me laugh.
What's on your mind, Illaoi?
I am reflecting on what's to come. The path Nagakaboros has put before us.
It is a path of adventure. Heroes from different lands, united against a mighty foe, emerging victorious.
You make it sound heroic, like one of your stories. But I wonder if I've made the right choices along the way. If somehow I'm responsible for what we now face.
Oh, you have doubts, but you continue to follow your heart. It is what makes you strong, inspires those around you. It is why Brom will fight with you until the end.
Thank you, Bram. I am grateful for your trust and your company.
When Brom returns home, he will tell stories of Illaoi, the Kraken Priestess. All in the Freljord will know your name.
Then we must win. I will not have my story end in failure. Sarah, you're still awake.
Yeah. I was waiting up so I could murder you quietly in your sleep. You?
Same.
Well, since we're both up, I guess we should get back to saving the world.
Together, we may have a chance.
We've assembled quite the crew. With so much at stake, you really trust these people?
As much as I trust you.
More than that, I hope, or we're doomed.
Take some time to get to know them. Fight beside them. They might surprise you.
We'll see.
You're watching me.
Do I frighten you?
If that's your goal, you'll have to try harder. You're not human. Not anymore. What happened to you?
I was betrayed, left for dead in the deep. Now darkness is my home.
I can sense your anger, but also a sense of justice.
The deep calls for blood, and I am its blade. But the black mist, it delays my work.
I wonder if you knew my past, the things I've done, if I'd end up on your list, or someone else's.
Everyone's on someone's list. You've killed so you think you're evil? You're simply what your nature demands you to be. Same as me.
I hope you find the justice you are looking for.
Brom couldn't help notice you staring. Do you need something?
You want to know what I was thinking, big guy?
Ah, perhaps not in front of the others.
Relax, Brom. I was just thinking about your stories of home. Trolls and dragons, mountains of ice and snow. Until I met you, they were all just stories. I used to dream of sailing to far-off lands, seeing all there was to see. But Bilgewater has become my whole world.
Then you must visit the Freljord. Brom will be your guide. We will have many adventures.
Whoa there, big guy. One adventure at a time.
Ionian, you wield the blade effectively.
That's high praise from a practiced killer.
One killer always knows another.
I suppose that's true. My master was the greatest of all swordsmen. I am but a shadow of him.
Nothing wrong with being a shadow.
There are certainly benefits to going unnoticed.
Your master is dead then.
He is. And some believe by my hand.
You seek his vengeance?
What makes you think I didn't kill him?
Call it a hunch.
Well, at least the Blood Harbor Ripper believes me.
Yes.
Pike, I was wrong about you. Seems like we all were. You've been a helpful ally.
You are needed. We all are. To end this.
There was little trust when you joined us. You have proven yourself worthy of the cause.
You sound like the priestess.
Not the priestess kind of worthy. The warrior kind.
I admit, this isn't my usual calling.
It may suit you better.
You've never seen me work. Maybe someday you will.
No, thanks. I prefer our arrangement as it is.
Agreed.
All these years, and this is the longest I've been away from home.
I was just thinking the same. It's funny. I never really wondered what was across the sea. I assumed just more enemies.
Do you think you'll return to Ionia after all this is done?
I thought that was what I wanted. To return home, live a normal life. Now I'm not sure. Truth is, I barely remember when Ionia still felt like home.
I am sorry, Yasuo. I think I understand.
If anyone does, it's you.
I've learned more about the world, about myself, in the last few days than I ever have in Ionia. And there's still so much to discover. So much I don't know.
I guess we both had to leave to find ourselves. All this time, we've been looking in the wrong place.
I'm glad we made the journey together.
Lucky for us, you have questionable taste in bodyguards.
Fully recovered?
Close enough.
I have to admit, I was starting to worry about you. But after all that business on the island, you seem like a new man.
No such luck. I do feel different, though. I can't explain it, but facing my brother's shadow, it's healed some part of me. Sad thing is, I had stopped believing that was possible.
Now you're giving me hope. Imagine it. My entire life since I was a child. Chasing the man who took everything from me.
You think killing Gangplank will bring you peace?
I don't even know anymore. But it's all I've got.
We'll know soon enough. We're getting close, Sarah. And by your hand or mine, Gangplank will die.
There you go again. Giving me hope. You should rest.
So should you. Though it is difficult, I admit, knowing our enemy does not need any.
Yeah, a real weakness of being human, the whole sleep thing.
I suppose you see less of it these days, with your new responsibilities.
Running Bilgewater? Huh, piece of cake.
Is it?
Even when I do rest, it never comes easy. Too much of what I've seen follows me into the dark. Probably the same for all of us.
Real responsibility is the death of pleasant dreams.
Once I've taken care of mine, I wonder what I'll see when I close my eyes.
Perhaps you will dream again.
Imagine that.
Alawi, a moment.
How are you holding up, Yasuo?
After all that happened on that island, confronting my past, I just wanted to say thanks for having my back. I've traveled alone for some time and working with others. It's not exactly something I'm used to.
From the moment we met, I've sensed a great motion in you. To see you pursuing your destiny, full of purpose, I am happy to be by your side.
I never was one for destiny, but walking beside you has allowed me to finally find some degree of absolution. I've wandered without purpose for so long, but now, maybe this is where I'm meant to be. For the moment, at least.
We will soon face a great trial, and I am thankful to have your blade by my side, and to call you friend.
How about another toast? To what we've left behind, and whatever comes next.
Whatever struggle we face, we will face it together. Our next toast will be to victory. I am sure of it.
Hear, hear. I'll hold you to that.